Yeah, good morning. So, welcome back, friends. This is Ravi Kanth. So, I am your Selenium mentor. So, I will take the course for Selenium automation as this session 7 to 8 is happening Selenium classes, and 8 to 9 will be the Java classes will goes on. Okay. So, this is the day one of the Selenium. Yes. So, friends, Selenium is an automation tool. Yes.
Do we have to be stay on this link only for the Java class as well?
No, Java class link will be different, madam.
Okay. But I don't have that link.
Okay, don't worry. Anyhow, today I'm not taking the Java class because some new people are joining, right? We'll go in advance otherwise. That's why today and tomorrow I was not taking any Java classes. Only Selenium class I was taking. From Thursday onwards, I will resume the Java classes. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So you'll get the Java link as well. So if some people are missing that, don't worry. So by today or tomorrow, you'll get the Java link also. The Java classes will goes on from Thursday onwards, like 8 to 9, continuation of this class. Okay, na? Fine. So let's start.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Sir, today, good morning, sir. Today, Java class is
Yes,
not
good
there.
morning.
Good morning, sir. Java
No,
class
sir, no,
is
sir.
not there today.
Some people are not get the Java link, and newly people are joining for this LM class also. Might be they will miss that class, right? That's what today and tomorrow I was not taking Java classes. From Thursday onwards I was taking. Okay, na? Only LM class will go on.
Oh, sir, why
yes,
you are not
tomorrow's
preparing for the Selenium class on 8 o'clock? Tomorrow and day after tomorrow.
No, sir. Already we have scheduled for 7 o'clock only. Okay, for Selenium class is slot is reserved for 7 to 8 only. 8 and for Java only we have registered, sir. Okay, na? We updated to everyone.
Okay.
See like this only. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So let's start our session. Yeah. Okay, fine. Let's continue our session. So Selenium is a automation tool. Of course, we have so many automation tools are there where we can automate your web applications elements. Web applications means the applications that open through browsers we call as a web applications. To automate that web application elements means like text box, radio buttons, checkbox. We have to instruct through automation. To interact that web elements, we have to instruct to some automation. So the automation tools, we have so many. PDP is there, Selenium is there. Like this, we have so many. Some scriptless tools are there. Like so many automation tools are there, where we can automate our web application elements. So where we use one of the automation tool called Selenium. Selenium is a free tool which can automate your web application elements. The official website for Selenium was selenium.dev is the selenium.dev is the official website for Selenium. See here what it says. Selenium automates browsers. That's it. Web application elements only Selenium will automate. It never automates the window desktop application elements. Window desktop means standalone applications. Okay, no network is required for that. So for working with the web applications, yes, web applications which are open through browsers, that's called web application elements. Okay, so Selenium automates the browsers. That's it. Not a window desktop elements. What you do with that power is entirely up to you. What is that power means? The programming knowledge. Programming knowledge is that power. Okay, na? So how strong you are programmatically, then you can automate your scripts. So what are the programming languages that we have that will support them by the Selenium means we have various language bindings are there where Selenium will support like a Java, C#, okay, C#, Ruby, Python, Scala, R language, Dot, Go programming, Haskell, PHP, Perl, X, Java scripting. Like these are many language bindings, not Haskell, Haskell first. Programming, Haskell, etc., etc. These many languages, Selenium will support to automate your web applications elements. So any of the language we can prefer to automate your scripts. So we are going with a combination of Java with the Selenium. So what you Selenium will automate the browsers. That's it. What you do with that power is entirely up to you. The power is nothing but yes, programming knowledge. How strong you are, you can build your programs. Okay, so to automate, so the programming language is must. Anyhow, we'll talk about Java. All the concepts, core Java OOPS concepts, we'll be discussing, friends. Like Java classes, interfaces, abstract classes. Okay, Java inheritance, data properties. Sorry, what we call variable types, data types. Friends, we're getting some noise. Can you please be mute, everyone? Please, everyone, please be mute. So variable types, data types, Java inheritance, polymorphism, constructors, method overloading, method overriding, decision making statements, loopings, single dimension array, two dimension array, user defined arrays, debugging, Java strings. Okay, and coming to that, debugging, exception handling, file systems, collections, all these Java OOPS concepts will be covered as part of this course. So fine. Next, yeah, while using the Java, we'll build the Selenium automation scripts. Fine, friends. In Selenium, to work with Selenium, there are so many components are there. There are various components are there to work with Selenium. If you come down, Selenium IDE is there, Selenium WebDriver is there, and Selenium Grid was there. Three components were there if you want to work with Selenium. The first components in Selenium was Selenium IDE. If you want to work with Selenium IDE, we not require any language. Any programming knowledge is not required. No programming languages are required to work with the Selenium IDE. Just it's a record and playback tool. It's a record and playback tool. So whatever application elements you want to automate, just you click on record button, just to click on record button and do the operations whatever that flow has. That every flow will get recorded while you start recording. And lastly, you stop the recording. Between the starting and stopping, whatever transactions you made, it was recorded in format of HTML format. And you can play back. That's what we say, record and playback, not require any programming knowledge to work with the Selenium IDE. But using Selenium IDE, it will records in one browser, will work on that browser only, not for every browser it works. If we record for Chrome, it executes for Chrome only. If records for Firefox, works for Firefox only. And one more thing is all the elements cannot be recorded with using the Selenium IDE. These are all the disadvantages, right? Now next component got introduced, that's a Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver. So if we want to work with Selenium WebDriver, here we must use any one of the program language bindings, what I said earlier. If you want to work with Selenium WebDriver, you must be aware of any one of the programming language bindings. So as we prefer with Selenium with Java, all Java OOPS concepts we'll talk. Okay, with using Selenium Java, we will build our Selenium WebDriver scripts. Here, if you want to create a robust browser-based regression automation suites and tests, then we use a Selenium WebDriver. Why? It is creates a robust browser-based regression automation suites and tests means in Selenium IDE, it records for one browser, execute for that browser only, not for all the browsers. That's why Here, when working with WebDriver, if you want to create a robust browser-based regression automation suites and tester, then prefer WebDriver. Write a code once, that code will be works for any browsers. That's why robust browser-based regression automation suites and test. If you want to develop using with the Selenium WebDriver, it's possible. Okay, after development is done, that developer scripts I want to run for repeatedly for many times in many platform OSs and many browsers. How can I execute? With the support of the grid concept only. The developed WebDriver scripts will scale and distribute in running in many environments and many browsers with the support of the grid only. Here, if you want to scale by distributing and running tests on several machines and manage multiple environments from a central point, making it easy to run the test against a vast combination of browsers, operating system, then you want to use a Selenium grid. A developed WebDriver scripts, if you want to make it parallelly in many operating systems and in many browsers, then we take a support of the grid, Selenium grid. As to final to say that what is the appropriate combination to work with Selenium is yes, Selenium WebDriver with the grid is the appropriate combination where in real time we work with. So WebDriver, we build robust browser-based regression automation suites and tests with using grid. We scale and distribute running your developed scripts parallelly in many systems and many browsers with support of grid. So appropriate combination for Selenium was WebDriver with the grid. Understanding? WebDriver with the grid. These are the concepts we work in real time. So IDE where we use in real time, we never use, friends, just for to get the instant results in front of the client for working on a pilot projects. We use a IDE. You know, if any client come with a new project as to show to the client, this is what we do for instant results to show in front of him, we use a IDE, just a record and playback tool. So here, if you want to create a quick bug reproduction scripts, create scripts to aid in automation aided exploratory testings. For exploratory testings or for pilot projects, we use the IDE. Okay, now even when we record that IDE, it will in backend it will be generating as a HTML code. Okay, now getting? Yes. Now come down. Okay, I said like if you want to work with Selenium IDE and Selenium WebDriver, we must be aware of any one of these programming languages. So in Selenium provides jar files for every language binding. For every language binding, we have a jar file will be there. Java language binding jar will be there. C# language binding jar file will be there. All these language bindings, if we come down, okay, not come down here. Let's click on downloads. I'm saying if we want to work with Selenium, irrespective to the language bindings, we have to work. So the respective language binding jar needs to download. So if I go to the downloads button here, link here, then we can come down a little bit. Here we can see Selenium client and WebDriver language bindings. Selenium client and WebDriver language bindings. Selenium supported language bindings. So C#, Ruby, Java, Python, JavaScripting. Some other languages also should be there. Where are those? Friends, these are the core languages which are used by the Selenium. See here. In order to create a scripts that interact with the Selenium server remote WebDriver or create local Selenium WebDriver scripts, you need to make use language specific client drivers. That's what WebDriver. Okay, Selenium client and WebDriver language bindings we call. While language bindings for other languages also exist, but these are the core ones that are supported by the main projects hosted on GitHub server. These are the main language bindings. Apart from that, some other languages also exist. If you want to see them, just click on other languages exist. If I click on it, see here. To come a little bit down, here we can see language bindings, other languages for Go programming, Haskell, JavaScript, Perl, PHP, R language, Dart language, like this. Have so many languages. So any one of the language binding we prefer in automating your WebDriver scripts. Understanding? So these jars needs to download if you want to work with Selenium scripts. So prefer any one of the language binding jars to download. Okay. Yeah, fine. Next, friends, while Selenium is a open source, it's a free and it's a open source. So anyone can download this Selenium tool with free of cost, nothing to purchase any license. Okay. So who are taking care of all this Selenium? If it is a free means, who will look after the Selenium tools for all these things, components and jar files? I'm showing so many things here. WebDrivers ID is there, grid is there, these are the components of Selenium, and language binding, so many languages supporting. Then who is taking care of all these things? Some sponsors are looking after this, all these things. Who are the sponsors for this year? There are so various levels of sponsors are there, which they are making grow the Selenium day to day. See, there are various level sponsors, like Selenium level sponsors are there. These are the guys are the Selenium level sponsors. And if we go click on support the Selenium projects, want to support Selenium projects where more views are full of sponsors. Yeah, if you click on learn more, some other sponsors also are there. What we say in our debit cards, how we have a platinum cards, gold cards, like this. Like sponsorships also, we have various categories of sponsors. Selenium level sponsors, anyhow, you know that these are the guys. And gold level sponsors, Micro Focus company. Silver level sponsors. These are the guys for the Selenium level sponsors. And bronze level sponsors. Selectors, hub, like all these things, guys. Okay. It adds power like this. All these are the guys for the bronze level sponsors. Okay. If suppose you also be part of the sponsor for this Selenium. So sponsoring, would you like your company to be listed in this page? Suppose you are having own company that you want to become as a sponsorship for this Selenium, your company name also will be established in this website. So what is the process means? If we click on learn more about sponsoring the Selenium. So the Selenium projects is a member of a software freedom conservancy, some 501c3 non-profitable organization. So as I said, it's a free open source. The Selenium is it's a non-profitable organization. Okay, under this act it was registered. The conservancy has allowed up to pool organizational resources with other projects such as Linkspace, Samba, and Wine in other to reduce the management overhead associated with creating our own dedicated legal entries. The majority of sponsorship funds go directly towards sponsoring the Selenium projects, such as server and software expenses. A small portion of funds are set aside for the conservancy to continue their work in supporting Selenium and other open source initiatives. So, okay, so what are sponsors are sponsoring the funds? So they are investing for service maintenance and software expenses, for all those things they're investing. If you want to be part of this sponsorship level, so what are the benefits we get for this sponsorship, and what are the payments of the sponsorship levels we have to pay? Everything is mentioned here. If you want to become as a Selenium level sponsor, we should pay $20,000. For platinum level sponsors, we need to pay $10,000. I think yearly it was, I guess. Platinum, gold, silver, like this. Okay, na? Getting on it. So Selenium is open source, it's free, nothing to purchase any license if you want to work with a Selenium tool. Okay, na? Yes. Okay, fine. To start with Selenium, what is the prerequisite? What we require to work with Selenium means language bindings. language bindings are required. See, once we navigate to the selenium.dev website, first we have to download the two things. If you want to automate your WebDriver scripts, we must have a prerequisites. Two are there. One prerequisite is language binding jar file needs to get downloaded. Which language you prefer to automate, that language binding jar must to download. Java, C Sharp, Rubia, what language you prefer to automate, that language binding jar file needs to download. Second dependency is we must download the browser drivers. So my Selenium will automate various browsers, right? We are building the automation scripts, robust browser-based regression automation suites and tests. So for each browser, drivers is must. Friends, in your laptops or desktops, if you want to play the audio drivers, how it is dependent. Without audio drivers, it can't play the audio, right? Without video drivers, it will not play the video, right? How it is dependent, like in which browser you are automating. If you want to execute on that browser, we must have the respective browser driver exe files. Okay, now language binding jar is the one of the requisite, and second is the browser drivers exe files. These two are the prerequisite, first prerequisites to start with the Selenium. Okay, first let's download the Java language binding jar file, because we are preferring to automate with the Selenium with Java. So Selenium Java language binding jar will be download. Where I can download this language binding jars means yes, if you click on downloads, here we can see here, friends, Selenium client and WebDriver language bindings. Here are the core. We are working with Selenium Java, so this is the Java language binding jar. If you're working with the Python, so this is a Python language binding jar. If I click on these versions, so it will get downloaded. Okay, now so before downloading that, let me talk about versions of that WebDriver. Okay, now see, any software, if you're working, how we have a versions. The similar way for language bindings also we have a versions. So Selenium 2 series, 1 series is there, 2 series is there, 3 series is there, 4 series is there. Now in Selenium is going 4 series. If you observe, everything is going starting with 4.71, 4.70 like this. Version series is going on, right? 4 series is going on right now for Selenium WebDriver. So friends, we can download here. So clicking on this Java language binding, yes, here 4.7.1 is the version, current version of Selenium language binding, which got introduced on December 7th, 2022. And next is the change is there. Change is small. Changes were made. Every history can be seen in the change log link. Friends, Java language binding jar means which contains some libraries.
Hello, sir. Sir, here it is written Java. Upon that one,
Yes, go ahead,
it is
sir.
written latest version. Latest version, right? We can, both are same or different?
Yes,
It
Java. Yes,
latest
all these
version.
libraries got Java.
So we can download any one of
This is
these
the
two, right?
latest version of Java language bindings. These are
But
all the what are the visible in the desktop. 1 second, so let me complete.
okay,
I got it.
Okay.
So what are the versions we are seeing in the desktop here, in the screen, whatever seen the version, these are the latest versions is displayed, sir. Here in WebDriver 4 there is a series 4.7.1. Okay, like this, these are the latest versions, sir. Is this your question?
Yes, sir. Latest version, but upon, can you scroll up, sir? Can you scroll up? Some more.
Some more. Okay.
Some more, sir. Go to top, sir. Sorry, here it is
This is
written
the top, sir. This
latest
is the top,
version
sir.
7.1. Here it is written latest stable version 4.7.1.
You see,
Is that one
in the
and Java
Whatever will be there in the dashboard, everything will be always a stable versions, latest versions only will be there, sir, on dashboards.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir. Okay, okay.
Not only this,
Thank you.
any software you go, always it displays on dashboard as the latest versions only. If you want old versions, we have
Okay.
to go inside. We have to check for old versions. Okay, fine. Now here, if you want to work with this version directly, you have to click on this here. Suppose I want to work with say, Java 4 that to 4.7.1 series only, then click on this link. If I click, what happens? See, it was downloading the Java. Getting? If I click on save, it will download. Okay, and change logs. What is this change logs means? See, before this 4.7.1, it might be 4.7.0 version can be there. So before that 7.6.9 something will be there. So all the logs, see, versions are releasing means version to version, some enhancements, some developments were made in that jar files. Yes or no? That's why versions are coming. So change logs means it shows the version to version, what are the changes made. History can be seen in the change log. See, if I click on it, change logs, here we can see that. See here. See now version 4.7.1, what are the changes were made? In version 4.7.0, what are changes were made? Like this version to version, what are changes made? Everything is given as a history here. Got it? What got added, what got deprecated, what got fixed, what got suggested, what got avoided, everything is given as a history here. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a change log. And next down, API
Okay.
docs. Friends, here, this is a jar file means inside it contains some set of libraries. Understanding? One jar file that means
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that contains some set of libraries. The jar file contains some set of libraries. What library? Generally, if I talk about in a college schools, we have a library means what it contains means what library contains. It contains collections of books. Yes or no? That's called library. If it is a jar means it contains set of libraries. Jar file contains set of libraries. I want to see that all the libraries. If I want set of libraries means if you want to see what are the libraries are exist in a jar file means how can we see? The API docs is there. API docs. API docs. A new tab. These are documentation of the jar file. In that jar, what libraries are contains, everything we can see here. Org.openqsLM is a package. If I click on it inside the package, we can see some set of interfaces and some set of classes are defined under this package. If I click on this package, org.openqsLM.bidi, in this we have some set of interfaces and classes are defined. These are all the predefined libraries. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir. Those are predefined.
libraries are presented in the API docs. So any language spanning, if you prefer to download, you just click on this version, what is available in the dashboard. And if you want to see the history version to version, what got changes, deprecated, all those things we can see change logs links. The API docs inside it contains the libraries which are defined under this. See friends, even if you purchase any automobiles or mobiles or TV, watches, everything, you'll get a document. Yes, sir. For any product, we have what the document contains a feed specification of their products. If you take mobile, we'll have a document. What the document has the watch specifications and features are information present in that documentation. Yes or no? The same way, any software, even Python or Java, any language is in developing means that contains API documentation. API stands for Application Programming Interface Documentation. Okay, now? What are the libraries are developed? That library information will be in the document API docs. Everyone clear? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
So friends, earlier we can see to download the old versions of also, but okay, latest to release. Okay, what web RCs. Okay, let's see. Clicking on the web driver where you can see the old versions. Or else if we earlier we can see that old versions link was on separate link will be there, friends. When I click on that, it shows all the old version links. So don't worry, here I will show you another way also. What is that? Okay, I'll show one alternative. How can we see the old versions of language bannings? So the official website is mvnrepository.com. This is the website where MVN stands for Marvin Repository, Marvin Centralized Repository. Any open source jars, any language bindings like C#, Ruby, Python, any language binding jars can be found in this MVN centralized repository. The website is mvnrepository.com, where MVN stands for Marvin Repository. If suppose you have developed some set of libraries, you convert into the jar file, then you will be placing into the MVN repository. So like you and me can come and search here the jar file, and we can make use that also. Okay, like because open source, anyone can develop some set of libraries and place in the MVN central repository. So here only we can find the language bindings. So what language binding we are preferring, friends? Selenium with Java, right? So Java language binding we need it. So search here Selenium Java. In the MVN repository, search with the Selenium Java. Search it here. So here we can see Selenium Java. So Selenium provides support for automation for web browsers. Okay, so let's click on this. Here we can see, friends. See WebDriver series 4 series versions here in 4.7.x, 4.7.1 and 4.7.0 was there. In 4.6.x, only 4.6.0 series only is there. In 4.5.x, we have 0, 1, 2, 3 is there series. These are all the 4 series of WebDriver, Selenium WebDriver. And below we can see Selenium WebDriver 3 series are there, versions. Got it? And below we can see Selenium WebDriver 2 series versions are there. Seen? And one series is not there, friends, because one series got not there means because as I shown you in this website, we can see Selenium components 3 are there, not the totally 4 components are there. One component is not there which got deprecated, that is a Selenium RC. Selenium RC got deprecated. The Selenium RC is a version web 1, Selenium 1 series. RC is deprecated, 1 also is not there. So from Selenium WebDriver, we have a series called 2. Okay, na? That's what we have a libraries from 2 here. 2 series of WebDriver. These are all the 2 series versions. These are the 3 series versions of Selenium WebDriver. These are the 4 series of understanding, friends. So which version you want? Which version jar file you want? Suppose you want this one, 4.1, 4.1.2. Just click on this version. Just click on this, and you can click on the jar. See in the file section, in this files row, there we can see jar. You click on this. Understanding? If I click on means it will get down. See here. Getting on? Okay. Suppose you go back 1 second. If you want, suppose WebDriver 3 series like 3.141.59, just click on it. Then you click on the jar. It will get download. Getting? Understanding? So language bindings is must. So in dashboard we can see.
Sir, can you explain? Can you explain what is actually a jar?
Sorry.
What is actually a jar?
So jar is a kind of zip file, sir. Jar is a kind of zip file. See in Windows, in the Windows platform, Suppose we are developing one, we have some lot of programs. We want from one location to other location where memory is very huge. So what we'll do, we'll compress that files as a zip file. Yes or no? What's that? To reduce the file size, what we do, we compress it in a zip file.
Yes,
Yes or no? The similar
yes,
way,
yes.
any programs developer in Java, that will be converted into the jar file. Understanding? Getting it?
Yes, yes. Yes. Okay,
Every
okay.
Java programs will convert to jar file. See, this is a jar. See, if you click on it, you got this. So see, jar. Okay, na? So jar is nothing but kind of zip file. In the jar file, it contains the developer libraries. The jar files we download, we will make into our current projects because the jar contains some exist predefined libraries. I'll make use into my project to develop my projects. Getting? Now, first prerequisite is library binding must to download. Yes, we have to download means I've shown you the resources like mbnrepository.com. There you search as a Selenium Java. Okay, 1 second, let me go back. Search with Selenium Java. There we get. Just click on it. There, which version to take? It's a WebDriver 4. Don't prefer to go WebDriver 4, friends. So, because these are open sources, we no guarantee that how effectively it is going to be work. Some compatible issues will occur while working with the new versions. Okay, because these are open sources. Even if you can observe, when you want to download, you can observe the usages column is there. Here we can see the usages. These are all the WebDriver series. Only below 50 only usages are there. We can observe, not more than that. If you can see WebDriver 3, which has 451 usages, is the highest one is there. So, or in organizations will be used only WebDriver 3 only, friends. If you want, you can inquire your friends also. Any colleagues you're working, you can ask which version you're working means they will share definitely 3.141.5. Because why? This is open source. So some compatible issues will occur by working with versions. Okay. That's why you prefer to go with 3.141.59 only. Of course, I will tell you the features of the WebDriver 4 when I will talk about some concepts in WebDriver 3. I'll discuss about the updates on WebDriver 4 also. Some changes are there. I'll update that. Okay. So let's download the 3.141.5 and click on it. So here we need to jar. This we have to click on it. Click on this jar. Click this. It will get downloaded. Okay, na? Will get downloaded. And next is the browser drivers. Next is the browser drivers are required. Suppose I want to execute on Chrome browser and Firefox browser and IE browser like this. We want to execute on various browsers. So what to do? We have to download the various browser driver exe files. How do I get these browser driver exe files? Sir, once you went to the selenium.dev website, okay, there you click on the downloads link. If you come little bit down, under the client, Selenium client and WebDriver language binding, under this header only, if you click on the other languages bindings link, other language exist link, if I click on it, there, it only we can find. See friends, just here, over the last decade, a large ecosystem of open source projects have supported up around Selenium. Lot of, okay. This page attempts to capture some of those projects that make use of Selenium WebDriver as a central part of what they do. Okay, Selenium can be extended in different ways. Here are number of drivers, which means web drivers, bindings, which are language bindings, plugins and frameworks which are created and maintained by the third parties. So no, the things are developed by the Selenium, by third parties only. See, sponsors are there. sponsors. Who are sponsors? They'll sponsor, but they only develop that. Selenium is one brand. So even to say BMW is one brand, but building the car parts or everything is various parts companies. Yes or no? Same way. Selenium is a brand. Some third-party teams, so all the web drivers and language bindings and plugins and frameworks which are created and maintained by the third parties. Okay, now if we come down here, we can see browser drivers. So various browser drivers, Chrome, Firefox, Edge driver, Chrome drivers, Opera drivers, Safari drivers. Which browser you are supposed to execute, that browser drivers is must. Okay. So here we can see Chrome driver. If I click on this driver, here we can see the versions. See here, what is the current, what is the available version? The Chrome means latest is 109 is there. Below 108 is there. Got it? Only 2 versions are showing. All versions available in download. So if I click on downloads here, some other version also will be there here. 1.9, 108, 107. So here you can see 406. Like this, we have a versions. Which version of drivers you want? Suppose, see, we have to download the browser drivers irrespective of the browser version installed in your computer. Suppose in your computer, Chrome browser 106. Chrome browser 106 got installed. So 106 supported Chrome drivers must to download. So click on the Chrome driver 106. Once you click on it, it opens this one. So friends, irrespective of the platforms, we need to download the browser drivers. Suppose you are in a Mac, you're downloading the Chrome drivers. So you download the Chrome driver Mac 64 lines. If you are having Linux operating system, so Chrome browser you want to work, so Chrome driver for Linux drivers needs to download. If it is a Windows, then click on Chrome driver Win32. Even your Windows 32-bit or 64-bit, only one Chrome driver we have, Chrome driver Win32. We have to click on it. Understanding? Suppose you want some 96 of Chrome is installed in your system, then click on Chrome driver 96. There you click on the Chrome driver 32 like this. Irrespective of the version of browser installed in your system, that version supported drivers only. Okay, must download. Understood? Understanding, friends? Okay, so we have to check first of all what is the version of Chrome is installed in your system. So I'm checking here in the vertical dot dot. I'm clicking on it, top right corner vertical dot dot is I'm clicking on it and go to the help and click on that about Google Chrome. There we can find what is the version of Chrome in my system. 107. 107 is there. Okay, so 107 supported Chrome drivers I must download. So what is that? This I must go with. Yes or no? 107. I click on it. So mine is Windows system. Then click on Chrome driver Win32 zip file. Click on it. See, Chrome driver Win32. I'm downloading this. Is everyone clear? How to download the prerequisites I showed you, language bindings and jars. So once again, just listen carefully. Yeah, friends, once you come to this, this is the official website for Selenium verse. Official website for Selenium verse, selenium.dev. Once you come here, first you download the language bindings. Of course, language bindings we can download in this website only. Clicking on downloads, we can see the latest versions to download here. Language bindings. So old language bindings you want to download means go to the mbnrepos.com. There you search Selenium Java. Okay, then we get this all the versions. Which version you want, you can download this. And if you want to download the language bindings, you come to this. Okay, come to this downloads only. In downloads, we can see header, Selenium client web driver language bindings. In this, you click on the other language exist. There we can click on this which browser drivers you want. You please click on it. in this you can, here we can see 2 versions only available drivers. If you want older versions of Chrome drivers, then click on downloads. There we can download whatever you want. Irrespective of the platform, we have to download. Understood? Okay, na? Getting or not? Is everyone clear till here?
Yes, sir.
These are the prerequisites
Yes,
before
sir.
starting the language binding, jar, and the browser drivers is a must. Without audio drivers, how audio is not playing. Without Chrome drivers, Chrome will not execute. Without Firefox drivers, Firefox will not execute. It will throw the error. Chrome drivers are missing. Firefox drivers are missing to execute the scripts like this. We get error. Without language, without having the language binding jar, we cannot build a SELENIUM programs. These are the 2 first main prerequisites. After downloading this jar file, after downloading these drivers only, we can write your SELENIUM web driver scripts. We can develop the SELENIUM web driver scripts. Shall we start now? Downloading this? Yeah. Friends, now first of all, okay, let me create one new project in Eclipse. Okay, let me create one new project. So now I'm showing you Maven project. How to create Maven project. So as everyone know, how to create a project means Java project. Everyone knows that. So file, new project. There you have clicked on the Java project. Next, like this, we created Java project, giving the project name. Then it gets created. This is a Java project process. Now, if we want to create a Maven project, see anything projects you create, we must create in some build tools only. Any project you create, we must use some build tools to create any new projects. So we have Ant is one build tool is there, Gradle is there, Maven is there. These are all the 3 build tools are there. Of course, Ant got deprecated. Ant build tool got deprecated. So Gradle and Maven is there. So mostly 95% organizations are using Maven as a build tool for creating any projects. So let's create a Maven build project. So go to the file menu, new project, new project. There we can find Maven option will be there. Maven. For Java project means directly we click on Java project, but now I'm creating Maven build project. So expand the Maven folder. There you select the Maven project. Next. Next. So here you click on the create a simple project and click on the next button. When you're creating Maven project, always it will talk irrespective of the group ID and artifact ID. Group ID, artifact ID. It talks in a matter of group ID and artifact ID. So I'm give some group name. I'm giving the SELENIUM project as some group name. I'm giving that. Artifact ID is nothing but give the project name. So for Java project one, when we are creating, we given Java project name, right? Similar way, in artifact ID, whatever we are giving the information, that's a project name. Okay, na? 2022, 11 a.m. SELENIUM batch. December 2022, 7 a.m. SELENIUM batch. So click on finish. See down, we can see some progress was happening. Down right corner, 99% progress happened. Now we can see December 2022, 7 a.m. SELENIUM batch. If I expand this, we can see some folder structure got generated for the Maven project. Friends, easily we can recognize. For Java projects, we can see only J symbol will be there on the folder. For Maven projects, we can see J along with M also will be there, which is Maven projects. See here, I can see Maven project. This is one 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 Maven. Remaining everything as Java projects. Yes or no? The folder which is having J with M, those are called Maven projects or Maven builds. Okay, na? Which have only J character, that's a Java project. Okay, na? So see if I see here, this is the Maven project structure. So in this src/main/java, one folder is there. src/main/resources, one more folder is there. src/test/java and src/test/resources, like these folder structures generated by default, and Java system libraries. So what is the see, for every project we create, Java libraries are getting associated, I said, right? So whether it is a Java project or Maven project or whatever it is, any project, the Java libraries are going to be associated to the current project. Is the Java libraries. And here pom.xml is a build file. This is a Maven build file. This contains the basic information of the Maven build. So group ID, what you given, SELENIUM project as a group name, and artifact is nothing but as a project name, and this is the version as by default taken. So basic information of the project will be maintained in the pom.xml. Okay, what are these folders means? See friends, src main Java, src main resources, src test Java, src test resources. We have some folders. We'll talk about src main Java, src test Java, then we'll talk about resources. Okay, fine. Friends, after creating the project, next what we create, friends? We create packages and we create classes. Yes or no? Under the project, what we create?
Yes, Ravi.
Packages and classes. Okay, fine. Now the classes, as everyone know to create a Java class. Java class only we created under the package. Along with, not only Java classes, we can also create the TestNG class also will be there. Okay, TestNG class also we can create them. Java class and TestNG classes. So in src main Java, we will create 100% Java class only. 100% Java class. Friends, please be in a mute, getting some children's noise, please. In src main Java, we will create 100% Java class only. No TestNG class will be created under src main Java. Whereas come to the src test Java, we can create Java classes as well as TestNG classes as well under src test Java folder only. If you forcefully trying to create a TestNG classes under this folder, automatically it falls under this folder only. Understanding? In src main Java, 100% we create Java classes only. In src test Java, we can create a Java class as well, TestNG classes. Okay, what are these resources? src main resources, src test resources. What are those means, friends? Under this Java classes we create, right, under this folder, for the Java classes, any resources we required, we will store under this src main resources. Any backend resources? Okay. So in this folder, what are the Java classes we are creating? For the Java classes, any backend resources which are required, which are necessary, those I will place in this src main resources. For this means, under this src test Java, what are the Java class or TestNG class we create? Under that, any resources are needed will be placed under this folder. Okay, na? Got it? Yeah. Next.
Sir,
Yeah.
like a resource, backend resources means in what sense, sir? Like any example, like just
Resource
basic.
means, suppose here src test Java, we are building one test case, madam. For the test case, we required some configurations. Suppose some data we required. Data is one resource for the test case or not?
Yes,
We
sir.
store
So,
the data. We store data in XML files, or we store data in Microsoft Excel. We store the data for these files, all the resources. To drive your test case execution, we require some inputs, configurations, configurations we do. We want to do some reportings.
yes,
The reporting
yes,
we have to do or not? It's all the resources to run your test case or not?
okay.
Data is one resource, but run your test case. It will keep a resources folder. Understanding? Got it?
Yeah, got it, sir. Thank you.
Dependent to your test case, anything to run, this all come under resources. Okay, na? like this. And in POM XML, yes, we have the basic information in this POM XML. Okay, in this, what we do means every story will be running from here only. In the Maven project, every story is running from here only. Starting from adding the dependencies jars. See, friends, in Java project, how can we add the dependencies in Java project? Means we will download the dependencies, whatever I said, and we will configure on the Java project. But in case of Maven project, what we do, you know, we will set the dependencies in the POM XML. You will set the dependencies in the POM XML. Dependencies, jar dependencies, we will include in the POM XML. We never download, we never configure. Just we give the jar dependency information in POM XML. That's it. Earlier I shown you to download the language when in it. I never download in case of Maven project. Just I configure here. After this, what I do, I will give the angular bracket and say the dependencies. Dependencies. Inside the dependencies, I will add the jar dependency. Suppose I want language binding Java jar file. So let's go to this mvnrepository.com. So here, once I go here, what I do in the search box, I give the SELENIUM Java search. I get the SELENIUM Java. Click on the SELENIUM Java. Here we can see WebDriver 4 series is there. WebDriver 3 series is there. I'm going with WebDriver 3. That to 3.14.59 because highest usage 451 is there. Among all those things, highest usage 451 is there. So any jar file you're taking is based on usage only. We have to take that. See, everyone knows that earlier, before this OTT platforms, we download and watch the movies, new movies, in new torrent, I guess. There we depend on a leads, right? Leads only. We will download the movie. That quality will be there. Yes, the same way. What is the usage highest number? That only we have to prefer to take. Okay, 3.141.59 is the version I was clicking. So friends, in case of Java project, we have to download the jar. Click on the jar. In case of Java project means download and configure on your Java project. But I'm using Maven project. I will never download. Here we can see some dependency information is there for Maven. Observe here. Observe. If you are taking the build as a Gradle build means you have to take this dependency. See, and is not there. Observe here. Here and is not there. And dependency is not there because and got deprecated, I said, right? And is not there. So we have available build tools are Maven build tool and Gradle build tool. Now using the Maven build tool, right? So Maven dependency. This is the one you copy it. And come here. In between the dependency stack, you just paste it. See, group ID, org dot, everything, any dependency jar will be in the dependency tag only, as giving the tags as group ID and artifact ID and the version you want to download. That's it. After this, you just click on save. After you saving, what happens, you know, taking this all the dependency details, connecting to the MVN server, MVN repository, and loading the necessary dependencies what we provided into your project under Maven dependencies. Friends, did you see any folder as the Maven dependencies here? Huh? No, right? Once I do the save, once I give save, see some building happening, 11%, 14%. So what happens based on the dependency details I provided, it was connecting to the MVN central repository and loading all the necessary jar files into our project under folder Maven dependencies. Understood? Any jar you want, just search there, copy the dependency, paste it in this formed XML between the dependency stack. One more, suppose I want one more dependency I want. Here in next line you come here, place here, and you search whatever dependency you want. Suppose I want some log4j, something for reporting to generate the logs for the test cases. For log4j jar I want. Okay, I'm searching with log4j. Search. Yeah, click on Apache log4j. There we can see the versions. I having highest usage there, this one only 1.2.17. In case of Java means we have to click on this, friends. In case of Maven dependency, you click on this. See, something will be there like a bundle, something it can give like as a jar. And in the files row only, we can see some as a jar, some as a bundle. Okay, na? If the bundle or jar is there, you have to click on it. Okay. I'm going with Maven project means I copy the dependencies. So I come and paste here. See, once you paste it, it will not reflect, friends. Once you save on it reflects here. In Maven dependencies, is any log4j is there? Huh? All right. So once I give save, see it was loading, building happened. Log4j came or not? Understood? Clear? Like any jar files you want, just go to the MVN centralized repository, mvnrepository.com, search with the jar name and click on the version and copy the dependency and paste it under your project pom.xml between the dependencies tag. Automatically, once you save, it will reflect under the Maven dependency section. Is everyone clear? This is in case of Maven project. Okay. In case of Java project, how we do? Let me show that. Okay. See, in real time, we use Maven project only, friends, not a Java project. So make habit on working on Maven projects only. Okay. File, new project.
I have a question there, sir.
Yes.
So why do you prefer Maven project over Java project? Basic
Build tools.
reason.
Those are build tools. Those are the build tools we call. Build tools. Where we build the projects. Okay. We have Ant is there, Maven is there, Gradle is there. These are the build tools where we build the projects. So which associates the jar files, plugins, everything will be adding there. And we will execute through Maven builds only. Okay. We have a goals are everything we'll discuss. Okay. So now see I'm giving demo. Sample demo, some project I'm giving. Sample demos here. The structure for Maven project and Java project we observed. For Java project, what happens? Only Java libraries and SRC folder came. For Maven project, we can see some structure of folders created. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Here, suppose here I'm working in this project. I want the dependency jars. What to do? We must download the version of the jar and need to configure on that project. See, I already downloaded earlier. 1 second. So this is the jar, right? SELENIUM jar. So this I need to configure. Okay, na? So I must configure to my project. How do I configure? Means like this. Right click on a project, build the path, configure build path. See, already one of the libraries exists in my project. What is the library? Java 8 library got already associated. Yes or no? Externally, one more library I was adding to my project. So I click on add external jar. I'm selecting SELENIUM Java open. Understood? Now, under reference library, we can see SELENIUM Java language binding jar got loaded. Yes or no? In case of Java project, we have to suppose now I don't want to work with the WebDriver 3 series version. I want to work with the WebDriver 4, that too latest version I want to work. So what to do, friends? Come on. I don't want this. I want to work with the suppose okay, 1 second. So now you're using 3.141.59. I now latest version came. I want to work with latest version like suppose think like a 4.6.4 version jar file I want to work with. In case of Java, what to do, friends? Now tell me. I want 4.6.4 language binding to use in this project. What to do? I must go right click on a project, build path, configure build path. First, I will remove this, select and I will remove this. Then next, I will download that and I will configure into this. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In
Yes.
case of Marvin project, in Marvin build project, what we do, just if you want, suppose I want to work with new version, just open the form.xml in the Marvin project, open the form.xml. In place of in this 3.141.59, you just change 4.6.4. That's it. This will load it. See, after this, now see in the Marvin dependencies, we can see 3.141.59. Once you click on save, see it is connecting to the ML and building that libraries into my project. Building. It's a build tool. Okay. Marvin is a build tool. It changed to 4.6.4 or not? What friends?
Yes, sir.
Understood? So
Yes, sir.
in Marvin build tool, no need to download, no need to reconfigure. Just in Marvin form.xml, opening, just changing the version. Let's 3.141.59. I'm keeping that. Same version, 3.141.59. Now one more thing. So friends, so I'm coming and changing it. Always I want to work with the latest versions. Always I want to work with the latest versions. I now come and change like this. Any version comes. You can give LATEST latest in uppercase. In between the version tag, give the latest is uppercase. Now just save it. It will take what is the highest usage latest version. It will be loading. Latest means it never blindly take latest one. Latest in that latest, which is highest usage, that one it will prefer. So it has taken 4.1.3, right? What is that? It is taking this one only, which is stable. Of course, in the latest, which is stable, that only it will take in the latest. Understood? This one it is taking. Understanding, friends?
Yes, sir.
Like this. So everyone came to know in Marvin project how do we add a dependency jars? In Java project how do we add a dependency jars? Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
And next dependency is what, friends? Drivers, right? Browser drivers. Yes or no? Next is what? Browser drivers. Friends, browser drivers, I said to download, right? Huh? When I said to download? In the downloads. In the downloads. If we click on the other languages exist, there we can see the various browsers. You have to click on it. I'll tell you one more workaround. To get all these browser drivers, not required to go individually, go and download all those things. So there is one jar file is there. That is nothing but WebDriver Manager. WebDriver Manager. In this WebDriver Manager jar, all browser drivers are there. Just search this. See, WebDriver Manager is from io.github.bonigarkia. In this reference, we have this. Okay, click on this. Here we have that. So I will go with 3.8.1 because 98 users is there. Click on it and copy this dependency. And where to paste? In our Marvin project under pom.xml. Here we paste it. And save this. Now see, WebDriver Manager got loaded. Yes or no? So two prerequisites I made, friends. One is browser language bindings, the WebDriver language binding, and that for browser drivers, WebDriver Manager. Two prerequisites. I have taken the dependency details from ambient repository and pasted in the pom.xml in case of Marvin project. In case of Java project means what to do? We need to download the jars, needs to configure on the project. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Everything we have to do like this. Okay, whatever you want, you have to add like this. Whatever you want, you need to add like this. Just if you want to remove also, just you go right click, build path, configure build path, and you can remove whatever you don't want, you can remove it. If any changes happen, new versions you want to work means we have to come and remove this and again you download and configure in case of Java project. But in the case of Marvin project, not like that. So just change the versions, whatever you want. That's it. It will build automatically from the ambient central repository because you provide all the dependency details. According to that, it connects and it will be executing. Till here, everyone clear, friends? Downloading the dependencies, configuring into their Marvin projects. Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, I will demonstrate the program, how to launch a browsers using various WebDriver classes. Okay, na? And how can we connect the drivers in various ways? Three ways are there in connecting the drivers, browser drivers. One is through WebDriver Manager, we can connect the drivers, and through system environment variables we can connect the drivers, or through script also we can connect to the drivers. Both the three ways is there how to connect to the drivers. Without connecting drivers, we cannot even launch a browsers. Make sure. So without audio drivers, how audio is not played. Similar way, without a driver setup, it will not open any browser. So setting the browsers in three ways are there. Tomorrow I will demonstrate how to set up the drivers path and how can we launch or open the Chrome browsers with navigating the applications. Everything we'll see tomorrow, and we'll see that how dynamically we can launch the browsers also. Because launching browsers, navigating applications is a common activity for any test case. Without opening browser, without navigating application, we never interact any web elements. How dynamically we can convert them also. We'll see dynamic programs, because see, standalone programs will never use the real time. Everything as a dynamic programs only, as a reusable functions only. For framework users, we have to build the programs. So everything will convert that in tomorrow's session. Okay, that's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow.